Right, so this is a suggestion via Patreon. The name of the video is the 10 most mysterious photos ever taken from space. Let's go and check it out.
Europa is a great mystery, and it's one of the biggest candidates for containing life. Beneath its surface lies...
It absolutely is. I would think that Europa would probably, not on the surface obviously, but like underneath it, like in the ocean, probably like marine life of sorts.
It's a great ocean which could harbor life forms, but there are many strange things in our own neighborhood, which leads us to the top 10 most mysterious photos and videos from space.
Let's go.
That's number 10, Pluto's markings. The New Horizons craft has just photographed Pluto, and one side appears to have multiple holes. Each dark area is about 300 miles across, and
maybe no, it can't be a storm.
they're not likely caused from impacts. New Horizons is still transmitting data back to Earth, so the weird future will remain a mystery for now. At number 9, Saturn's hexagonal vortex. Discovered back in the 80s, NASA has just released Cassini's new photos of this strange phenomenon. The vortex has an area of 20,000 miles across and is composed of 200 mile/hour jet streams, which is located at the northern hemisphere of the planet. It could have existed for centuries, and it might have been caused by many storms around the perimeter. Scientists are still trying to figure out how
many centuries
this event even happens, and it just shows that even some of the...
No, they for the most part I think they basically explained it already. NASA at least already did, guys. This vortex that's on Saturn is in the North Pole and the South Pole, basically. Like, we have poles, right? And the interesting thing about that is that we have the same phenomenon on Earth, but it just doesn't look like that because we actually have like mountains and plains and like valleys and things like that are actually breaking up that form from actually forming, right? Versus Saturn, that's gaseous, and there's nothing there to stop any of these like polar vortex phenomenon, guys, right?
Coolest things in our universe are in our own solar system. That's number 8, the X-shaped comet. Traveling at over 11,000 miles per hour, the Hubble telescope discovered this weird object only a few years ago. The nucleus appears to be outside its dust cloud, and nothing like it has ever been discovered before. It still cannot be proven on how the object has been formed, but it could have been caused by 2 asteroids colliding with an energy output similar to a nuclear bomb. But then again, this kind of looks like a Cylon base star from Battlestar Galactica. That's not...
I mean, it does.
Number 7, the Comet 67P object. Can you remember when the first spacecraft landed on a comet? It was a great accomplishment, and something weird was even photographed. In 2014, Rosetta took a photo of a metallic-like sphere which appears to be levitating above the surface. But is this object just a rock?
Bro, it's a rock.
Something else. At number 6, the Ceres pyramid-like mountain.
That's a rock,
2015, the Dawn spacecraft took very peculiar photos of the dwarf planet. Several lights were found, and scientists are not sure if they're made of ice, salt, or something else. But what even makes Ceres more weird is the pyramid-like mountain.
You're reaching, bro. You're reaching. Craters equal artificial spacecraft. Alien triangles. Bro, come on. Right. That has to be a joke.
Okay, well, it might not be the Illuminati, but it is the only mountain of its kind on Ceres. It is 15,000 feet high and not made from any impact features. Nothing ever like it has ever been.
I mean, there's one right next to it, though. Think about that. Like, look at the image, guys. Maybe this impact created this impact. If that makes any sense, right? Maybe plates have shifted potentially and pushed the Earth up. Or not the Earth, guys, whatever that's called. Not Earth, right? Into this, this formation here. If there's an impact here, I'm going to blame it on that, bro.
Been found before, so it remains a mystery for now.
If that's 15,000 feet and that crater is that large, come on.
We have now reached the halfway point on this video, and things are going to get a little bit weird. So I'm just going to warn you right now, you might wear a tinfoil hat for the rest of your life. So on to number 5, the Black Knight satellite. If you already watched my strangest
I need the tinfoil hat now.
Objects 2 video, you probably already know that this story has been twisted over the years.
Absolutely.
The Endeavour space shuttle captured a clear image of an unknown object, and many believe it to be one of the alien satellites orbiting Earth. Astronauts claim that it's really just a thermal blanket. However, it does not disprove the Black Knight's existence and its alleged discovery before the launch of Sputnik 1. That's number 4, the SDS-75 Tether incident. It kind of looks like it was filmed by a potato camera, but it's one of the most controversial segments of classic video footage. Shot back in 1996, the 12-mile cable was intended to be used in a magnetic field experiment but later broke off. Multiple mile-long UFOs appear to fly by the tether, and many people believe these to be some type of craft or biological life forms. Debunkers explain that the flying ships were just ice particles combined with poor camera instability. But then again, it would be kind of cool to see an upconverted HD video from the original footage. That's number 3.
Okay, that one is a little tricky, guys. I've never seen that footage before. It looks super interesting. There definitely are things floating around, but this is also why the government changed the terminology of UFOs, right? I mean, this is why, because of people with the tinfoil hats, guys, right? They did. I think they're called UAPs now, because it definitely sounds a lot less science fiction, at least, than UFOs.
And it would be kind of cool to see an upconverted HD video from the original footage.
It would.
That's number 3, the SDO Mothership Craft. The SDO has found many weird things.
Guys, go to the SDO's website. I think sdo.nasa.gov, I think. Off the top of my head, at least. If you go to their website, you can actually see where this satellite is, right? It generally floats in like an infinity symbol, right? It just goes... it's weird, but check it out. It's actually super cool. It moves super fast, obviously, because it's space, right? And it tells you like where it is and what they've seen and all the mission statements. I mean, if that's your thing, at least, right? But it's actually a solid website to check out. I do it occasionally.
But on July 22nd, 2012, the Solar Dynamics Observatory captured what appears to be an object emitting light. You can even go to helioviewer.org and look at this weird thing. If it is really beside the sun, it would be bigger than the Earth. So is it a flying ship, a life form, something interdimensional, or just a glitch in the photo?
Something that we can't understand. I don't think that this is a glitch in the photo, unless they're taking some type of long exposures, but I don't think they're actually doing that. But even though the photo itself doesn't have any noise, they actually may be taking some type of long exposure images that have created this. But what did initially create those absolutely gigantic bursts that are kind of here, right? And here and here? It's a good question. All right.
This is not the only odd thing captured by the SDO, which brings us to the next position in the list.
Oh, the sun thing?
At number 2, the SDO Sphere. One of the weirdest events caught by the SDO satellite. Many people believe this to be some type of spaceship refueling. It remains stable.
I heard a couple of people talk about a solar flare, but more like a tornado that left the surface of the sun into the actual outer space. An absolutely gigantic tornado that was created. That's kind of what I heard. Yeah, I understand the alien aspect of it. Sure, why not, right? But it sounds more fantastical than a solar flare tornado that's like fire.
Stationary for multiple days and appears to gather energy from the sun. NASA explains that this event is a natural coronal prominence cavity and is actually quite common. However, scientists do not fully understand the event, and many people still believe that it's something paranormal and beyond regular solar activity. That's number 1, the Gemini 10.
Nah, bro. You can see everything dispersing.
Something paranormal and beyond regular
right there.
Solar activity. That's number 1, the Gemini 10 UFO photo. There have been many UFOs photographed over the half-century of spaceflight. My favorite one is this Gemini 10 photograph, which appears to be some type of craft. But like all UFOs, it does not necessarily mean that it's alien. It just means it's unidentified. But having said that, many astronauts, including Edgar Mitchell and Gordon Cooper, have come out of the woodworks and stated that alien visitation is occurring. So I'll let you decide on what really is happening. So once again, thanks for watching, and here's a compilation of some of my favorite UFO photos from
I just don't think that they would really want to speak to us, guys. We're not amazing.
Space.
Like, we argue over the most utter nonsense. The Gemini 12, Apollo 15. I'm thinking an asteroid. Honestly, I'm literally thinking an asteroid caught in space, guys. High shutter speed, most likely from the camera that took it and froze it, guys. That's like example. Get the water from coming out of your sink as fast as it possibly can, and then freeze it. Freeze it by doing anything from 1/4000th of a second to 1/8000th of a second with a decent aperture, and you'll definitely get an image that freezes everything in place. As long as there's enough light. You get what I'm saying here, guys? So I don't know. This could be literally an asteroid. with a high shutter speed. And the same thing with this image here. They're frozen. Anything frozen is going to look odd in space, I'm sure. Apollo 17. Apollo 10. That could be a thermal blanket. Like, but reflecting like the light from the sun. All right, guys. Listen.
Europa.
I, honestly, solid. No complaints on the video itself. The most intriguing aspect of it probably would have been, well, obviously this one here, this pyramid-like mountain cap. All right, let's just go ahead and call that nonsense instantly. The Tether incident. It's intriguing, and as he said, I definitely would like to see probably a HD, like updated version of that. That would be probably super cool. The SDO the Mothership Craft, guys, maybe gas. I just don't know where the light would come from, specifically in those bursts like that. That's absolutely intriguing, and that's probably the last one that's super intriguing. The SDO Sphere itself, not so much. As NASA said, it's like a natural occurrence. I don't really doubt them on that very specific thing, at least. But all right, listen. Let me know in the comments your opinion. Which ones are real? Which ones are fake, guys? The pyramid-like mountain one, that, guys, natural occurrence. All right, crater hit there. Look at the crater that's sitting right next to that image. You know. But all right, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.